Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Another day, another PSA debacle. I guess, hey, if they're going to keep blundering, then I'm going to keep talking about it. So they set up a booth at one of the biggest sporting cards convention in the country, and they at this booth they offered same day grading for the low price of $700. You could submit a card and have it graded and returned to you on the same day. $700, 700 greenbacks, 700 clams. Like, dude, like, think about, like, dude, $700. But that's not even the crazy part. We haven't peaked yet. These guys are still on the rise to just greed and, like, just being completely unscrupulous. So they didn't have a cutoff for submissions for same-day grading. They just kept taking in submissions. They just kept taking $700, $700, $700 until it got to a point where they had to send out an email. They just issued it over the internet. Didn't shut down the booths. Didn't say, hey man, we're not taking any more of these. We're behind. Sorry for the inconvenience, but we have these other options still available where we can get them to you by the end of the week or the end of the month. They didn't do any of that. They just kept taking these $700 same day submissions. And then they issued it. Hey, basically an email saying, hey, we screwed up. Sorry for the inconvenience. We're going to refund $120 to you, and you should have your submission back by the end of the week. Sorry for any inconvenience this may have caused. Get out of town. What are we talking about, dude? So for $580, now you might get it back by the end of the week? Dude, just give me my money back and give me back my card. What? Dude, these guys, the levels that these guys are just reaching is so astronomical. And the fact that people keep submitting is driving me crazy, dude. I'm losing my mind over this. Because I can't fathom it, dude. It's that question of, how long can you abuse an animal before it's no longer loyal? How many times, dude? How long is it going to take for you people to just stop being loyal to these guys and stop giving them your money, dude? Especially $700. I can't imagine how many people, how much. Because there's no way, they have to know, right? They've been doing this for so long that PSA has to know exactly how many cards that they could grade in a single day with a set number of people doing the grading, right? Now, if we can double it for today, then that brings into question what I talked about before with the whole, yep, looks like a 10. The whole inconsistency and the whole, subjective grading policies that they have. They have to know, okay, one guy can grade, I'm just going to throw numbers out there. One guy can grade 10 cards in an hour, okay? We've got, 20 graders on site. That's, you do the math, whatever. But they know that okay, the convention's only going to be open for 12 hours. Okay, so we can only do, let's be conservative okay, so that we can get everybody's cards done on time. They didn't do any of that. They didn't do any of that. They just kept, yeah, we'll just take your money. We'll just take your money. Thank you, sheep. We'll just take your money. You know. Thank you, mindless, like, slave to us for just, like, because that's what it is. It's almost like this slave mentality where, like, or, you know, some sort of, like, you know, offering up your cards to the, you know, to the PSA gods that they might bless you with a 10. You know, for $700, dude, that card better have a raw value of over $1,000, and you better be able to, like, 10x that on a PSA 10 if you are willing to give them $700. Dude, I can't emphasize that enough. $700 for a single submission. That's one submission. That's not like I'm going to hand you 15 cards. No, that's one card, one submission, $700. And they just said, oopsie poopsie. You know, here's $100 back, and you might get your card back by the end of the week. They knew what they were doing because they know all these people are sheep. They know all these people they can't help themselves, dude. It's this weird like everybody says it, like just like ripping packs is gambling. Like, no, okay, like ripping packs in itself isn't gambling. People that are addicted to ripping packs because they might get the hit, that's gambling. That's an addiction. That's a problem. I just like ripping packs to increase my collection. Like, I don't see anything that I have as bulk. Okay? Nothing is bulk. That's part of my collection. All these piles of cards behind me that I'm still like sorting out. You see them back there? I'm still sorting that out, and it's going into sorted out boxes, and it's going to get labeled. It's my collection. It's not bulk. It's not just bulk that I can get rid of. And I'm not going to get rid of any of this. When I get rid of my collection, I'm getting rid of my whole collection. And I'm going to price out every single card I have. Okay? That's how it works. PSA's charging $700 for a single submission. It's crazy. And then other than that, you get Logan Paul going on a live stream talking about how he's got these, the rarest Pokemon cards, blah, 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 and he's going to rip them on this live stream, and then he's going to submit them for grading right away. And these, what was it, Koro, Japanese magazine, like Pokemon peel sheets, you like peel the card out. They're super old, right? Well, this guy, I think it was the Jigglypuff, peels it, damages it, laughs it off. He just said, it'll probably still get a 9. Like he like separated the whole back of the card from the face of the card. Like, did a lot of damage to this card and just laughed it off, says he knows it'll still get a 9. And then the other one was a Pikachu that was like way off center, and he also damaged that one peeling it off because the adhesive that they used from the 90s is so old and so brittle and like has fused to the cards. I can't believe he even tried to peel them off. They're better off just leaving them as a blind sheet. And then he again just laughed and said, I know it'll come back as a 10. It's like, are we saying the quiet part out loud there, Paul? Logan, saying the quiet part out loud because you're just going to send that card with a $50,000 check because you know that they're going to see that. They're going to see your name and they're just going to give you a 10 because you paid them to do it, probably. Just like with the Charizard we talked about in the last video. You hack that doesn't actually care about the hobby, that doesn't understand the history of the cards, that doesn't know like anything about anything. You just know that it's trendy, and I can't believe that 30,000 people like tuned in to watch you rip packs. You hack. I know he'll never see this video. I know he doesn't know who I am, and I know he doesn't care because he's worth so much freaking money now, him and his loser brother. Yeah, man, if there was ever somebody online that just makes me super frustrated, it's the Paul brothers, dude. I get so freaking heated thinking about those guys, dude, and just like the level of success they achieved for what, Vines? If anybody even remembers what Vine is. Oh, but yeah, that was today. PSA, and then like I said, you got Logan Paul saying the quiet part out loud, saying that he knows that no matter what he submits to the PSA, he's going to get a 10 back. How do you know? How do you know that, Logan? Like, what insight do you have that the rest of us don't, dude? I don't know. Anyway, those are just my thoughts. Like, let me know yours in the comments below. Make sure you like, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. Have a good night.